Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Ah, how's everyone doing? Just wait for people to join. It's been a long time, no? Very long. What's up, guys? Sorry, guys. Yesterday I was not feeling well because 3 days was just hectic travel and I drove. So I had to drive to Mangalore and then Srigeri and then back to Bangalore. So I was like overly exhausted. My back was hurting because of the 6-7 hour drive. So it was quite tiring. Yeah, I watched Shersha yesterday only. No, I'm not very religious. My wife is religious. Uh, I don't have. I'm not like religious or not religious. I mean, it's okay. I have nothing against it or for it. For me, work is my religion. Yeah, I'm not an atheist, but I believe in. So I have a very weird. I have a very weird philosophy in life, right? When it comes to religion and God. So basically, what do you call that? So I have nothing wrong with gods or people's belief in God. I just hate the commercialization of God, right? That is what I really get pissed off. When people use it for commercial purpose, that's when I get irritated. Because I've seen this, right? Like what I get irritated is if you visited any temple, I don't know whether it's the same in church or dargah, but if you go to a temple, right, and you see the god, and as soon as you bow your head down to the god and pray, there is a hundi right there. That's where you put the money. Collection box right in front. Even when the who's that the Pandit comes with that Aarti ka thali, that time also people put money in that. So that I find it. I mean, if you want to give money to the temple for the development of the temple, I agree. There's a different way to do it. There's a counter where you can go do a puja in your name and give it to the temple, right? Or you can just anonymously donate to the temple. But looking at God and then keeping one box right below is something that I get really irritated. That I don't like. Nothing against God or temples. It's nice. I mean, you don't have to literally go to a temple to uh, like meet God. Like you can connect with him wherever you are. I don't think he wants that as well. But this just the no. That's also a lot of people are saying no. It's not compulsory, but it's somewhat weirdly tuned in a lot of people's head, right? And see, I don't. I'm not saying you should not give money to the temples, right? That's fine. If you like a temple for the upkeep, it's expensive to run a temple. Definitely give money, right? So I don't know whether you've seen this, but a lot of temples have these things where you can do puja, right? You can go do a puja in your name or your family's name and pay some money for it, which is a proper service, right? The For the temple, and the money goes to the temple. That's great. It's just that as soon as you bow down, I've seen people putting money there. I get it feels like it's like a barter system, right? It feels very weird. So yeah, that I don't know, man. What they do with the hundi and all, I have no idea. I mean, if any temple comes to me, I'll give them really good investing advice and take some money from them. But apart from that, I have no idea. So I have for me, it's more like for me, like work is my religion. I keep it that way because I've seen my parents, my grandparents working really hard. And I believe that if you work really hard, then you work sincerely, I think most of your problems apart from health can be solved with that, because a lot of people I know go to the temple to solve their problems. I mean, a lot of people go there for mental peace, which is damn good, which is amazing. But sometimes I've seen people go there and say, "Give me a promotion," or get, "I want more money," or a lot of people have those things, right? somehow do this land deal and get it for me. For that, you have to not be here. You have to go actually go work hard. So a lot of things there. Yeah, a lot of people go for materialistic benefits. That's not how it. Everything which is materialistic is in your hands. It's not in someone else's hand. It's all in your hands, right? I even did that video. If you guys saw it on YouTube, don't wait for luck to come around and stuff like that. Put yourself in a situation where you're more used to luck. Mental peace is damn good, right? If you want to go sit there surrounded by, there's a very positive energy in a lot of temple, right? You can just go sit there and start thinking about it, your thoughts. All that is amazing, right? Because in so much chaos around, it's difficult to just garner your thoughts and sit down. From that perspective, it's awesome. So I do this a lot, right? So when I go to temples, and a lot of people put, like, my grandmom used to take me and she used to give me money and say put in that box, and I said no, I'm not going to do it there. So I used to go out, the people who take care of your chappal, I used to give them whatever is supposed to go into that box, because the people who donate in the box, I mean, the temple gets enough, like more than enough, I would say, but the people sitting outside, they don't get so much. I'm pretty sure they're not a part of the profit share agreement there. So I go give them like 200, 300 bucks for taking care of the chapel, at least like a few meals, and go there. Right, again, it's about distribution of equal distribution as much as possible. There's a lot of things that I like and don't like about religion. Not religion. Religion is nice, but the way people have convenience ke hisab se they've manipulated it or molded it is something that I don't like. Like, I've seen so many temples where they don't let beggars and all come and do it, and I'm like, dude, nobody, you're no one to say no to someone like that. They're human. I don't think God distinguishes them like that. So that way. Either way, that's not our lookout. First of all, how did you guys like the recent video? For all the people who saw it and for all the people who didn't see, you should definitely go see it. For all the people who didn't see it, who saw it, was it good? It was, I told you, right, it was slightly different, from a different perspective. Reason why it was slightly different and different perspectives, because I was thinking, yeah, the background, I was like, what can give a peaceful vibe? I thought first I'll do Panika background. Then I said, let's do Northern Lights. It was an experiment. I didn't know it would work. I thought it was very stupid when I did it. But when I read that somewhere, no, I saw it in some video, and I'm like, dude, these are some things that I do. Yeah, I'm constantly thinking about money. So it was crazy. Yeah. So what happened was, um, yeah, so when I was there, I had like 3 hours, 4 hours of no internet connection. So I sat down and read the Coffee Can book, finished it off in like 3 hours. So for all the people asking how did I finish the book in 3 hours, I have a pace of 80 pages per hour. That's how fast I read. Um, it's not very difficult if you really know how to read, because you mostly, if you keep reading a lot, right, you don't actually read each sentence and each word. You read faster by your brain automatically connects the dots. Um, that way, right? But you understand everything. Also, there are a lot of pages in the book which were images and examples which you don't have to see, right? Unnecessary. At least I think 15, 20 pages were quite literally not necessary, just time pass. Rest was good, but um, from overall perspective, the book was good. So, for example, the coffee can principle was just one chapter, to be honest, right? The coffee can principle was one chapter. The book was more about personal finance and managing money as opposed to coffee can investing. Coffee can investing was literally one chapter and then one chapter in the end. And coffee can investing is quite simple. So for all the people who want to know what coffee can investing is, they have two parameters that they check. Market cap should be above 100 crores or maybe 1000 crores or 10,000 crores, depends on how you want to check. The sales growth in the last 10 years should be 10% every year. So every year the company should be increasing their sales by minimum 10%, right? That is one parameter. And the second parameter is something called return on capital employed, which is ROCE, which basically means when a company is doing more profits, increasing their sales, do they put the majority of their profit back into the company so that the sales increases? And if the sales increases, then again it'll do really well. So it's basically like a machine, right? You get the money, put the money back into the company, get the money, put the money back into the company, and you give little dividends, but put majority of the money back into the company. But now the other question is, when you put the money back into the company, how much are you generating revenue from it? So that's where ROCE comes in, which is return on capital employed. And return on capital employed should be 15% year on year. Like every year, it should be at least 15%. If you find something like this, if it has done that for the last 10 years, then it's good, right? And the same thing with banks, it's 10% loan book growth and 15% return on equity instead of return on capital employed. So after doing that, I did my small case. I did my coffee can. Dude, it was so tough. I'll tell you why. Can someone tell me why it was so tough? Usually, what happens is when you do coffee can parameters and you search, you get maybe 4 stocks, 5 stocks, 10 stocks, max 15 stocks you get, right? You know what happened this time? I got some insane amount of stocks. So I did a stock universe of 10,000 plus. Okay, I did a stock universe of 10,000 plus because of COVID, right? The math was skewed a lot. The reason why the math was skewed a lot was because last year the 10% profit didn't come into the picture, right? Because most of the good businesses were affected by it. So that was one problem. And the second problem was this year. Okay. Sorry. The second problem was this year, a lot of companies did really well because of COVID. Last year is bad, this year is better. So a lot of sales growth also got skewed. So I think all in all, I put stuff, I removed a lot of this, and finally I got 22 stocks. And these 22 stocks, I mean, the investment capital is insane, not cheap. But I found 22 stocks, large capish stocks, that are very, very, very good with respect to growth. Like they're fundamentally amazing, good growth all around, etc., etc., vesa, right? So very interesting. And the basic principle of coffee can is you have to find these stocks which fit the parameter, invest everything equally, equi-weighted portfolio means everything's weight should be exactly the same, and then leave it. And then leave it for 10 years. Huh? What they're saying is we leave it for 10 years. Most one or two stocks will even become zero or get delisted or not give you any returns. But there will be few stocks that will give you multi-bagger returns, and that multi-bagger returns will eclipse the entire what do you call that? The return, the loss of the other things, because the loss can maximum go down to whatever amount you have. If you've invested 5,000, your maximum loss is 5,000. But if you have invested 5,000, the maximum gain is much more than 5,000. So basically, it talks about that, and they also show 15 years of data, back-tested background data, 15 years ka data as well, which talks about it. So basically, the entire fund, yeah, reinvestment of dividends back into the stocks. But the entire fund is you have to keep it for 10 years because the longer you keep, your risk goes down. And also, they talk a lot about your personal finance, which is also very important, right? So these are few things that you should definitely check and keep track of. What else? So, firstly, how are you guys doing? What's been up with you guys? I wanted to ask. How's everything going? Nothing much. Okay, still in loss. The market's consolidating, I think, right now, right? It's chilling. It's not consolidating. I think it's chilling a little bit. Nothing is moving too much. Today, Tata Elxsi went up by 7%. ATH is not recovered yet. It's still at. Let me check. What is it at? ATH is at 93 index value. That means it's still 7% down. Um, yeah, nothing great, I must say. Really, nothing great. Can't we join ATH? No, I think he took it off. It's gone. So I don't think you can join ATH. No, but it's a very good healthy correction. I would say it's a very good healthy correction. It's good that it's fallen down. That's because when it goes up, it'll go up really well. Awesome. Awesome. What else? I couldn't keep track of the stock market in a long time. Afghanistan issues were happening. Afghanistan Taliban issues. Uh, Sensex gains 209 points led by IT stocks, but metal drag. Metal rally looks like it's clearly over. What else? Just checking. A lot of companies coming out with their IPO. I think Ola recently launched finally they launched their thing, right? Ola launched their bike, Ola Electric, 99,999, not bike, sorry, scooter. Yes, you're right. 99,999 scooter. A lot of people are asking, a lot of people are saying it's too expensive, saying what the hell. Apart from that, for all the people who didn't see yesterday, India won beautiful victory in test match. Slightly boring for a lot of people, but they won. Aether is costlier, yeah. Aether is costlier, but did you notice that we all know that the EV play is going to be significant? It's going to be a massive game changer, right? And you see suddenly Ola Electric coming out to be a competition, and sadly they're not listed, so we can't go buy them. Uh, I wish we could, yeah, but we can't go buy them sadly. If Ola was a listed company, then it would be great. SummerSlam. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Just checking 1 second. Yeah, nothing very, very, very great. The market's been quite boring right now. It's in that consolidation phase now. So it's been quite not very, very great as you might think it might be. I have so many things to do this. My God. Okay. Yeah, I have so many videos to do, guys, for you guys. One is a coffee can video. A lot of people wanted me to do ETF ka video. What is ETF? Understanding ETF and what is ETF versus index funds, etc. So ETF के ऊपर एक video I have to do today. Then term insurance versus health insurance. A lot of people want to understand what term insurance is. Yeah, it's tiring. I have to shoot 2 videos today itself. Coffee can, I'll do it once. I'll do it once. Actually, what I'm thinking is coffee can. Let me just do it when we're doing our lives, no weekend lives. Coffee can video. We should do it when we do our week. Yeah, I'll live stream it. Uh, Not many people can invest in the coffee can portfolio because its average is 4 lakhs because it's all large cap stocks with high prices. So I made one for myself. I'll show it to you guys. You can see it if you want. You can pick 3 or 5 stocks. That's also it's up to you. I have chosen everything because I can invest in everything. You can choose whatever you want to choose and then invest in that also, right? Now, so it's all up to you guys. I'll show it to you. I've just made it for my own personal use, but I'll tell you some stocks there if you want, right? Have you guys heard of this stock called Poly Medicure? Very, very interesting. Have you guys heard of this stock called Poly Medicure? Should have a look at this. So very, very interesting. It's 8,000 crore market cap company. Okay, 8,000 crore ka market cap has been in the last 1 year, it has been consolidating a bit from March to August, not given very good gains. But if you look at the profit and loss statement, every year they're doing consistent compounding, like slow compounding with good EPS compounding, good net profit compounding as well, good reserves, very less borrowings, 22% ROCE. So it seems very, very, very interesting to watch, huh? What this might do in the future. Again, if you keep it for a long period of time, it all changes, but very interesting to watch. So one was Poly Medicure. Ajanta Pharma was another one. I'm pretty sure you guys might have heard of Ajanta Pharma. It's also going up quite well. It's actually gone up from its all-time high as well. Ajanta Pharma also has been giving good amount of returns, except COVID. If you remove COVID, it's given good amount of returns, and the EPS is also doing really, really well. Right, so these are some things that the stock CAGR for 10 years, last 10 years stock CAGR is at 51%. Right, so all these are stocks that are from the coffee can reserves, insane amount of reserves, but this is slightly in the mid cap space. Again, it's in our circle, right? It's 19,000 crore market cap. So yeah, I'll show you this when we go live. I'll show you all the stocks, and you can see how there are so many good what do you call it? You'll see how many fundamentally good stocks are there. Persistent Systems, Larsen and Toubro Infotech, Amrutanjan came into that screener. Then there are some things like HCL Technologies, which you don't have to buy. It's just to keep the balance. Happiest Minds, I bought it because I know it's a multi-bagger. I'm going to keep it. Alchem Labs, Rosari Biotech, Pi Industries came up in all screeners. AU Small Finance, Avenue Supermarkets, DMart, Avas Financiers, Abbott India, Astral, Kotak Mahindra, Dr. Lal Path Labs. Stylum also came, but I removed it because the Stylum's revenue was just a spike now. Alkyl Amines, APL Apollo, Lux Industries, CDSL, and GMM Florida. Granules also I removed. Yeah, and I don't believe in the granules thesis. It's not doing. It's not very attractive right now for me. That's what I'm saying. I got much more than what I'm telling you right now. I got around 30 stocks, and I had to remove out of that two stocks, right? Because I'm like, dude, what can I do right now? It's just going up, going up. So I actually removed a few stocks. So no, so basically, Queen Behen, what this basically says is coffee can investing. You have to find coffee can for every year. So for example, 2021 ka this is the coffee can. 2022 we'll have different coffee can. So what they say is you have to invest in 2021 coffee can and leave it for 10 years. So whole 2021 either you can do one time buy or you can do SIP for the whole of 2021 and just leave it. So it's again up to you what you want to do. Yes, sir. But you have to after that after 1 year you should not touch it for 10 years. That is the difficult game. And you know how I need a coffee can as well for myself. One second, I'm just going to get my. Actually, in fact, you know what you should do, guys. If you really want, if you have time today, guys, if you have time today, let me tell you something. Uh, uh, do one thing. Where is that book? That's my coffee can book. So, by the way, I didn't know this, but did you know that you can get the coffee can book, entire book PDF online for free? So, if you guys, a very simple way to get it, right? I'm pretty sure you guys will figure it out. So, the entire coffee can book, you'll get it for free. It's there online. I'll tell you some pages to look at. Okay. There we go. In the last, no, they show you, I think in the appendix, they show you the entire portfolio that they had done, right? Each coffee can's portfolio from the last 10 years, each coffee can's portfolio they show you, right? I think it's in the chapter called detailed coffee can portfolios. I don't know. I just saw it on. You don't like. It's just there online for free. So it's I think on page 187. Go to page 187 and actually start reading from there. Actually, not 187. It's 195. Go to 195 and start reading the last 10 years thing. You will see weirdly, okay, weirdly that each and every result has given more than 20% CAGR in a year. You know how big 20% CAGR is? It's quite interesting. 20% CAGR, if you can get, no, over the last 10 years, if you can achieve to get 20-25% CAGR, that's unbelievable because your money starts compounding like mad if you are 20% CAGR. Huh? For all the people who want to know, imagine that means you're compounding your equity at 20% year on year. So if you do a SIP calculator or you do a compound interest calculator and change that compound interest calculator to 20%, you will be mind blown, right, with the amount of results you're getting. So please have a look at that. Uh, what was the page again? I told you 187, right? Just look at page 187. You'll be surprised. 197. Okay. So read that. That gives you a lot of 195. Okay, sorry, 195. Yeah, read that. That's interesting. But I see all these, whatever you see here, right? All these are different tips and tricks, right? It's everyone's different perspective. So Saurabh Mukherjee has that perspective. Read that chapter, Hemant. Saurabh Mukherjee has that perspective in life. you might have a different perspective in life. Everyone has a different perspective in life. But what happens is it's all about reading this and then trying to adjust with your own thinking. Right now, I understood. Okay, from data, it is a it's a well-known trick, but I didn't know this till now. But from data, it is possible to get 20% CAGR, and 20% CAGR hai to acha hai, right? It's very good to get 20% CAGR in a year. So let's see. Hopefully, it should do well. But I don't know. One thing is the problem. One thing is the problem is that I don't know if I can hold it for 10 years. Right? It's very easy to backtest data and say, you know what, 10 years stuck you have to hold. Um, but also it's very difficult to hold because agar tomorrow I need some money urgently, then what do I do? Right? So sad. Okay, what else? Lot of edtech companies have started raising money. If you've noticed, a lot of edtech companies raising a lot of money, which is nice and weird at the same time. Um, what else? Multi-bagger stocks, Flipkart ads, something something. Sterlite Power also filed for an IPO of 1,250 crores. Interesting. Wow, Rage Coffee just raised $5 million in Series A funding from Sixth Sense Ventures. I was just talking to the founder and I thought I'll get some money from him. Sorry, not money. I thought I'll get a coffee from him. So they just ended up raising $5 million. Not bad, no? Very impressed. Very, very impressed. Also, guys, I hope you guys are coming for. I hope you guys have registered for that event that is happening. That is happening this month end on 28th. I hope you're there for that. Oh yeah, yeah. Giveaway is also coming in the next 5 days. Then I have to transfer the stock to a lot of people who will enjoy the giveaway as well. 22nd ko I'll have to come live and announce the winners of the giveaway. The link for registration is on. It's there on my profile. If you go to my profile, there's beacons. Okay. Uh, have you finalized anyone? No. I don't want to be biased by looking at the results now. I always look at it one day before, so that I look at everyone for the first time without any bias. Right? If I look at it right now, then I'll be like, oh, ye acha tha, ye mera favorite hai, and then baad mein again they have another favorite. So I don't want to do that. It's not difficult to transfer stocks. It's actually easy. I mean, not very difficult. It's possible as long as it's possible. It takes time. Yes, it's not difficult. Difficult. It's possible. थोड़ा मेहनत है, थोड़ा मगजमारी है, but it's okay. We'll find. We'll figure it out. I have never done it, by the way, Anish. I actually have never done it. So this is going to be the first time for me to have a look at it and check it out. Yeah, I'm going to do it on CDSL. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, if you've not registered for that event, you should definitely do that. We've got some really big people coming in. We got some VCs coming in, and the new app is going to be launched mostly next week. So it's going to be super amazing. It's going to be a white app, and massive changes. Massive means massive changes, right? Then it's going to be a proper community platform as well. So quite interesting. Quite interesting that is. When is shit? Why am I yawning so much? When is Pro Leagues? Pro Leagues, no, I think we'll do it much later now. I mean, it's gonna take at least 2-3 months for us to do Pro Leagues. Maybe at the year end, might do a Pro League. I'm actually thinking, me and Varun are thinking, do we do a joint Pro League instead of doing an individual Pro League together? Right? Do we both do a Pro League together, or do we do individual Pro League? So let's see. We don't know. Because then it's easy for me and him to do the Pro League, because if it's only me, right, it's very difficult to do the Pro League alone. If it's both of us, so it's like one week he does, next week I do, and then one week he does, and next week I do again. Yes, sir. Nice. Got it. Yeah. What's up with Aarti? I'm not sure, but I need to rebalance it. I mean, the results are not bad, but I think we can catch a faster train. Now, anyway, I got exposed to a lot of new stocks with good fundamentals. I mean, Aarti is not bad fundamentally. It still did a good result, but I think it's not moving as much as it's supposed to move. So that is the issue. I need to find something that moves a little bit also at the same time, right? Anyway, I've got exposed to so many new stocks right now, which are doing well. So this month end, yeah, my Explio, I'm still bullish. I just averaged down. Did you see the result of Explio? Damneet asked, right? Did you see the result of Explio? Did you go through the entire result? It was quite interesting. Very, very interesting. The result was good, but market was slightly disappointed because they expected more returns. But they said that next quarter the results will be really much better than what it is right now. So yes, it is going to be a good result, my friends. Very good result. Yeah, other expenses were higher in Explio. It's there on Value Picker. Just go to Value Picker's thread on Explio. You'll see everything there. Like properly, it's written everything over there. Just go read it out. Okay. Shut up. Okay. Finally, we're back. Yesterday, I asked a poll from a lot of people to do a lot of videos on YouTube. So I'm gonna take some inspiration from there. I have five more. So I'm doing a new conscious effort. Okay. So now, just to keep you guys updated as well, I'm going to make a conscious effort. Apart from the things I do, which is weekend research, fundamental analysis of stocks, which are obviously big videos, I'm going to try making some small content, which is around 10 to 15 minutes max, right? Because I believe that everything goes to 30 minutes and some people are getting irritated, but I can't cut it down. So I'm going to make a conscious effort and try this experiment where, apart from the fundamental analysis and weekend research that I do either way, I'm going to try making some videos that are like 15 minutes to 20 minutes, right? And keep it as simple as possible. Like three companies to look at in the IT space, or two crypto that I'm investing right now. Right? Simple. I don't need to go more than 15. The problem is when I do a video, I do a lot, right? Because I'm explaining like 15 things at the same time. So I'm going to start breaking it down. I'm going to be like three things to look at, or two things to look at, or five things to look at. This will be an experiment. I want to see if it works. No, I'm not doing a episode with Walt. Walt, I think Akshat is doing, right? No, I can't. I'm not doing it with Walt. I have a tie up with CoinSwitch, no, so I can't do it on Walt. Then they'll get angry if I do something. If I do it against, they sent me a gift also at home. They sent me chocolates. I'm like so sweet, so sweet. Is Vault good? No, I don't know if Vault is good. CoinSwitch I'm using currently, so I know it's good. UI is easy. I mean, it's easy to invest. Again, all exchanges are pretty much the same. It's all about the UI. But again, it's very important to understand that you should not keep your money in exchanges. You should always withdraw that money and put it back into your own safe wallet. I'll make a video on all of that. Uh, it's like slightly counterintuitive, but I will make a video on how you can buy it on an exchange, but how you should not keep it on an exchange and actually remove it and take it into your own what do you call it? You should put it back into your own account, right, in your own safe wallet. So I recently bought a lot of BAT token, almost a lakh worth of BAT token. All the fees are almost high only, Bhavik. If you look at all of them, no, 19-20 का फर्क है. Especially when you remove it, no, that's when they get more pissed off. Like the withdrawal for BAT token is 50 now, right? If I want to withdraw, it's 50 BAT. 50 BAT at current price is each BAT is almost like 0. It's 60 rupees right now. So yeah, that is, yeah, I know network fee is also going up. That's by the way, did you see the Cardano spike that happened? Did you see the Cardano spike that happened? Beautiful, almost went up by 50%. Cardano spike happened because of the new smart contract that is coming up. They've announced their new smart contract. Again, I'll start making some videos on the crypto because I keep tracking it. I track it like almost like a mega conscious effort to keep track of what's happening in the crypto market. But I don't think I come and tell you guys because I don't want you to see the same level of risk that I see, right? I'm okay with the risk, but let's see. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was going to say, that I'm just going to make a conscious effort now to reduce the time of my videos. Try to keep it as short as possible. So we'll see that as well. Again, I'll be doing a lot of videos coming week, and then last week of this month I'm not there. I'll be off to Rajasthan, so that 1 week I have a break again. So yeah, I'll keep you guys informed, and we will do everything together. Okay, awesome guys. So that's it. That's it from my end for today. Yeah, birthday party. It's good, right? Chalo, ठीक है. I'll see you guys tomorrow again. Okay. Bye guys.